Hello everybody and welcome back to PGR Brusda. So in the previous episode what we were doing was a bit of silage harvesting, which is now done, at least for the time being. We'll probably be doing it once more before the end of the series, which isn't going to be too long, but like I said before, we do need to try and make at least £1 million. We were supposed to be multi-millionaires before the end of this series, but yeah, certainly the bank account must hit £1 million, otherwise we can't change the map. So although I don't want to change the map, it is going to be nice to have another map as well on the go. So when we do change, I don't actually know what it's going to be changed to, but I should think it's going to be something Eastern European, maybe. Unless I just stick with the ones I've currently got and then sort of extend the amount of episodes we have a week of those, which actually might not be a bad idea. At the moment I am a bit undecisive, but yeah, I'm sure a bit of clarity will come to light in a few weeks' time when we get closer to the end of the series. Anyway, yes, what we must do today is continue with our production village, which is somewhere over there. Yes, you can see it. It's like, well, it is the two water towers which you see mostly. You can't really miss them. But today, the objective is to make as much money as possible. If that wasn't the objective every video, but today we're actually going to be recording the amount of money we make, and then hopefully that is going to be the title of the video. Unless of course it's a total flop and I just decide not to do that, which may be the case. Anyway, I'm going to put this over here. This is kind of turned into our main yard. I just dump everything here. Oh yes, one person did say get some machinery sheds here. That is a very good idea. Now it is going to set us back a bit, but they're not too expensive, so I'm sure we can afford it. Maybe over here somewhere. They are huge. They really are big. So I'll rotate it. Will it fit across there? It's going to be just grass underneath it. A bit where to the right of it you can see we've got the area where we unload the wood, but it should still be a big enough area, I would hope. And it isn't totally encroaching onto the road, but it isn't exactly a long way away. Wow. This place has just turned almost into a town. It's huge. Maybe a town is pushing it, it's probably more of a village, but still, look at that. We now have some storage. So instead of dumping it all in the field, I can just go and put it straight into one of these sheds, and everything's going to be much neater. So, there we go. We've got the Massey Ferguson parked up. Now we must make some money. We also have this tractor as well, which is on the dolly trailer, so that can go into the shed also. I would have thought the beehives are going to be fairly full at this stage, so we'll get those moved out of the way, but we're going to put them onto a trailer. I think what we might also do is bring back the lizard trailer from the store. Wow, that was really bad parking. Still, it's better than dumping it in the middle of a field. We do have, let me just see, we do have some fish in there, it would appear. Looks like we've virtually got a full crate of the smoked fish, possibly a full crate of frozen fish, and yeah, you can't really tell with the alive fish, but they look to be 100% full. So, first things first, I'm going to time-lapse this bit, because we do this quite a bit. So yeah, you can just see it at a rapid speed, so we can crack on with something else in a minute or two. But basically what we're going to do is just put everything which goes to the same sell point, or at least the same area, on the trailer now. In fact, everything does go to the same area, I think, with the exception of the smoked fish. This tractor's pretty loud, actually. Wow. Right. It's also probably a bit too small for the trailer, but it will do. Okay, so there we go, everything is done. Which means that all we have to do now is take them to the sell point, but we're not going to do it yet because we need to have as much as possible to take in one go, since we need to have this as quite an impressive load on the trailer. So I don't think we're going to actually get another load off these today because they fill up to 500 litres, which takes quite a long time to do. However, the fish, the smoked fish, and also the caviar, they should be today. The caviar is very expensive, and also the fish pulp as well, just here. That could be today as well. I did already put half a pallet on, so if we can get another half a pallet, that'll be another full pallet. But we don't need to go too crazy with that if we don't need to. Anyway, I think the only thing left to do today now is to do some more of the silage harvest. So what we're going to do is just tab across to the harvester, which is somewhere. It's definitely somewhere. Here it is. Very nice harvester. And actually I think the place we're going to go to is a very long way from here. Right at the top of the map, because what we need to do for the rest of this series is explore as much as we can as possible. Have I not lifted the header up? Yeah, that would explain a few things. Yeah, we've spent way too much time around the production village area, the industrial estate, whatever you want to call it, so we really do need to go further afield. That pun seems to be coming up in nearly every episode. I should really just calm down with it a bit, otherwise it's going to get old very quickly. But yes, what we need to do is, I think it's about field number 3, not necessarily field number 3, field number 4. It has to be, oh, it could be field 1 actually. It doesn't want to be too far away from the biogas plant. This is, oh, now field 14 is the tempting one to do. This is a bit funny. I wanted to be up here somewhere, but if it's going to take too long to cart each time, then maybe we should just stick with field 14. Which is literally just up here. Well, we'll start it. We could always do another field, I suppose, another day. But we're not going to finish this today. It's just going to be starting off. We'll probably just do the headland or something. Because we do need to finish off with selling everything on the trailer. As I'm sure a lot of you are going to be very keen to see exactly how much it's going to be worth. I actually have no idea what it's going to be worth. I could probably guess the prices individually of each pallet, but as a whole, no idea. So field number 14, I think it is to the left of here. Is that a way out? Yes it is. It must be here. Yep. Just on the left hand side. But there is still one issue, and that is getting the other tractor back here. I probably shouldn't have driven it away. It was just to prevent tabbing from the vehicles, but I must do that now anyway. So, yes, we're back to the place we know very well. There's no getting away from this place. That's for sure. Oh, look at this. I missed this pallet here. Oh, that's annoying. I may have to move this now, actually. We have many noodles that need to be noodled, moved, sold, whatever. Bear with me. Yeah, totally forgot about the noodles. Actually, it's the noodles which have a different sell point, which we do have, which means the smoked fish goes to the same one as all the others. So there's only one we need to really look out for when selling. But yeah, that's fine. As long as it's off the trigger, it can stay here until later when we load up the rest. So once again, take 2, let's go. We need to get over to field number 14, which is actually just down the road. We possibly could take a shortcut. If we go down our brand new road, our gravel drive, we may well come out at the correct road to then just cut across to field 14. I've been very tempted to return to Baldacchino, which is the very first map I did as an Eastern European map, I think it was. Certainly my most successful episode is within that series. I've no idea why. How many views? I think it's about 3 million views. I think it is. It's just incredible. Really amazing, and I don't really understand why it's got that many views. It's just ridiculous, really. But all the same, it is appreciated. So, yeah, I don't know. I would love to know the reasons behind the success of that particular video. Part number 2. Maybe it was the thumbnail, maybe it just indexed well. But either way, none of my other videos have done half as well. So, there's something about it, clearly. Right, so we're going to do the same thing as before. We are going to just detach the trailer then attach the forager to it, and we may well attach it to the tractor again later. It's just there is a bit of an issue, I think, with the throw distance on the either the harvester or the trailer. I'm not too sure, but certainly last time we couldn't throw it far enough. So it probably is just easier just to keep dropping it off. And when you look at this field, it is huge. When you look at it on the minimap, it doesn't really look like much at all. Well, there we go. We are attached, and we probably should take the cover off actually. There we go. And it begins once again. We're going to have a lot to compact actually. That is going to take quite a lot of time. Now, I'm not sure if there is actually a split between these two fields. Oh yes, looking at the minimap there is. So it's again another one of those deceptive fields. When you have the same crop in the same area, it looks like it's just one continuous field, which is going to take forever to do. But no, there is actually a division, in fact possibly even a road just here. Yes, the road is there. There is a pole which we must miss as best we can do. Oh yeah, okay, I've just hit the pole which we were supposed to be missing. Okay, that was good. And I think while we're here actually, we're just going to harvest this, since otherwise it's going to look a bit scruffy. Having said that, there likely will still be more which is going to be missed later. I think if I was to do this again, I would not plant quite so close to the pole, as when you're actually in the machine, sitting lower down, you can't really see it. Although, yes, if you look up you probably could see it that way. The headlands are always the slowest part, I think. They just seem to be. 50% full, so when we get up to the top, hopefully we won't be totally full. Hopefully we can even get to the top, who knows. We may have to be rescued by the tractor. But as soon as we can go up and down the field with a the worker driving the harvester, we should then be able to just drive alongside with the tractor and trailer. We can just do the carting, and it should be a much faster operation. We shouldn't have to keep stopping and detaching the trailer each time, so I don't know if it's going to work or not. Sometimes it does very well, sometimes it's just a bit funny, and other times it doesn't really work at all. But with it being quite a big field, with the exception of the poles in the middle of it, this shouldn't be a problem. And here we are back at the beginning, 74% full, so we have managed to do a loop. But of course, yeah, we're going to be further down here when we're actually full. There's no way I'm going to be carting half full, even though the yard is right next to us. I think I'm going to take 2 headlands off and see how we go. If it's still a bit too tight for it, we'll obviously take off 3. Yeah, this is a bit which is going to be fairly tricky for the worker. We should take this corner off, but I don't think we've got enough space in the trailer to get it all in now. I'll try, but I think it's going to be not big enough. Yeah, we're already 3% off full. Much quieter in the cab, as you'd expect. I think actually this harvester might be a bit too loud for my videos if I am out of the cab. Just remembering from when I was editing the previous episode, when we were doing this, yeah, it was a bit loud. So I'll try and stay in cab as much as possible. Right, okay, that is a full load. When it's not revved up and everything, we can go out of cab, it's not quite so bad. So yeah, I suppose if we really wanted to, we could just fold up the header each time and tip it with the Jaguar. But I think that is probably taking it a little bit far. Unless that is done sometimes in real life. Do they even have hydraulics on the back of here? I'm not too sure. But actually looking at it, we might be alright to just run a worker next time. We'll have to see how we go. That trailer full must be very heavy. Okay, I have gone back to that stage when I just point out the blindingly obvious. This trailer must be heavy. Why do you think that, Daggerwin? Is it because it's full? Oh yeah, it is. I'm doing that thing again, where I try and guess people's comments. There's bound to be a comment like that. Now, can we drive over the top of this? Hopefully we can do. Compact it at the same time. Start tipping around here. It's getting a bit full actually. I should spread it a bit further down here. We need to get a buck rake and a wheel loader. There we go. Right, back to the field. Right, let's try it. Hopefully it's going to work. The problem is going to be the bends. That's what's going to mess it up. I wonder why it wants to load at the front and only at the front. That would probably explain the reason why it was actually struggling to do it before. Theoretically we have to follow it directly behind, but I don't know if it's going to be able to. Yeah, you have to be right tucked up close to its header at the front. That's a pretty good view. Although we are just crushing some of the crop there. How close can we go? That is cosy. Wow. Yep, that is certainly close enough. Look at that. Oh, I think I've messed it up. Not surprised. Seems to be working well now, which means all we have to do is come back to this stretch which is missed on the our right hand side later. But it should be okay until the next pole, which is, I think, the one over there. How many are there? Is it just 2? Either way, we might get away with it. Sometimes you can just be so close that it just sort of goes through it. There's no collision, but yeah, I don't know what it's going to react like, unless there is no collision on it, but I think there is, considering the one we hit before had a collision. But if we continue like this, we'll be done in no time. Although, yes, we're definitely going to be finishing next week, because in a minute we are going to go over to... What are you doing? We are going to go over to the yard again and sell everything, because we need to load everything up once again, so we mustn't put that off. Why did you miss this piece here? What did it do so wrong? Oh well. We mustn't question the Jaguar, otherwise we may be ripped to shreds. Okay, this may be the final run. It depends if we can fill the trailer up. It's weird, it seems to be producing less now since the work has taken over. Maybe it's because there is a slight overhang. It isn't quite getting into the field as fully as it could do. I think that's to guarantee it's not going to miss anything. You can see there's actually a very large section here which is not really in the field. Or in the crop, I should say. It could be another foot across to the left. But still, it's fine. This won't take us too long. Yeah, so we're going to have to contend with the pole today, I think. It's going to turn around and we'll see how it gets on, but I think it's going to crash directly into it. Or it could just give up before we get to it. How weird. Where are you? There you are. Don't understand that. It just gave up. Completely. In that case, we'll just transfer the trailer back over to the harvester and we'll finish off by towing it. We'll tow it around the pole. At least this way we can ensure it's not going to hit it. Hopefully we have the space. Okay, so leave that there for a second and we continue. This time I'll also clear up this mess here. Very messy. Right, okay. So we have about 16% remaining in the trailer. That should be plenty to get back to the pole, just to clear it up. So next time we should be able to just start straight away with the worker without any problems, although yes, there usually is a problem when it comes to workers. Right. Very tight around here too. Well, I think that will do for now. We'll just fill it up to the top and then take it over to the sell point, and then just, yeah, we'll be doing the pallets. We need to sell those pallets. Okay, so yeah, what we're going to do is just transfer over to the tractor again. It's full, so that's it for today. Let me just crush this. Oh, it's only got rid of part of it. But, yep, that is another 56,000 litres, so that is perfectly good enough. That means today we've done over 100,000 litres in just this very small area. So much money in this stuff. And actually we can go through here. We just cut through. I was also wondering if we should start a new clamp as well, because that way we can make it a bit less painful when it comes to compacting. It will take roughly the same amount of time, but less for each one. So if we go to the centre pretty much and start tipping, that way it doesn't burst out the front when you start to compact it. Looks like I have made a mistake with that one there, so that needs to be cleared up first. But that is virtually empty. Good, which means all we have to do now is just close that down again, and we'll tab across to the forklift, because we need to see exactly how much money we have made today. There's probably another pallet of noodles already. Yeah, about 50% full by the look of it. A bit surprised about the caviar. I thought that'd be fuller. Still, can't complain. Oh, crikey. Noodly things you've tipped over. Okay, well, as long as it gets there in one piece. I've actually seen, in fact, there's loads of videos on YouTube of fully loaded pallets falling off lorries and going pop, basically. Especially when it is bottles of pop on it. Yeah, when you've got fizzy drinks and the pallet falls off, or maybe even beer actually. Yeah, it's quite a mess. You should look for those videos if you have nothing else to do with your life, because I've been looking at them, so yeah, that justifies it. So yeah, let me just put this onto here, and then we can, well, try and put this onto here. I think it might be the strap. Get rid of this strap first of all. Come on, get on. It doesn't have to be neat, it just, oh, yeah, this is professionalism at its best. Oh, 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 this is terrible. I know what it is. It's that fish pulp one. It's because it's not a full pallet, but it's still got a collision. And yes, it doesn't really help that I'm stacking this thing on its side. As we all know, there is the very old saying, if something's worth doing, it's worth doing properly. Unless, of course, you've been taking advice from Homer Simpson, which is, if something's too hard to do, it's not worth bothering with. And actually, although it's a bad thing to say, there has been a few occasions when I've agreed with him. But on most occasions, yeah, do stuff properly. Right, precarious, but it's good. It's on. Let's go and get some caviar, and then that should be good enough for today. So how much do we have? We have got 50%, which is 2,000 litres, which I would think is going to equate to about £10,000 or better. All we can do is sell it and hope for the best. Going out of my way a bit here, the sell point's just over there. We could drive straight to it without the need to stack badly on a trailer. And we'll bring the lizard trailer, which I mentioned at the beginning, over probably next episode. It's good as a backup. Times like this when it could really come in handy. But that is a diverse amount of stuff. We have obviously started this all from scratch, and I think it's impressive the amount of different things you can do in Farming Simulator. And this isn't all of it. There is cola or something as well, and pallet production. So much stuff. Okay, just about squeezing that in there. And I think there is more stuff, but I think that'll do for today. So if we just strap it on. Put the strap on there. That's strapped. That's strapped. Good. We can see if our little tractor here can make it. It should do. Zetor Crystal. Whoa, that is a crazy strap. Yep, I think it's the fish pulp one which is causing the havoc because it's not full. You should really move them when they're full, not 50%. Anyway, first things first, we've got the main store over here. So the smoked fish, that'll go here. The fish caviar. It is selling, it's selling. Caviar first. That was 12,165. Fish pulp should sell here too, but I think it's too high up. Oh, if only this was a tipping flatbed. Oh, nope, nope. That was something. Ah, there we go. Oh no, I've just lost something. So that is a bit more. At what are we sitting at? 16,977. Oh no, everything is moving. Yeah, bear with me. This is really unprofessional. I think what I'm going to do actually is just reverse back a second and we'll just do it with a forklift. It'll be way better. But we do have some noodles here. Oh, look at this. We're really messing up the pricing structure. Get off. In your sell point. Sell. Okay, it is selling. Back there. Without any help. Noodles really are worth quite a bit. They're very good. 11,931, but it was actually more than that because I already had about £1,000 fall off in individual batches, so roughly, I'd say almost £13,000. We're not looking for an exact figure here, it just needs to be good. Right, so, yeah, it's really just the fish pulp fertiliser stuff here, which hasn't sold, even though it should have done. It does sell, but I think the trigger for it is lower down. So if we can get it on the forklift, or just flip it off, it actually works as well. That's in the sell point. So that was 4,095. It's all very good stuff. I'll do the exact calculation when I'm editing. So you'll be able to see it as the title of this video. Okay, that should work, but it's very sensitive. Very sensitive. So I'll get everything lined up and then we'll sell everything to do with the honey in a second. Okay, here comes some honey. Professionally delivered. It is the only way. And basically if I just push them all off the other side of the trailer, they should sell. Yep. Good. Selling. As you can see, getting £1,000 to £2,000 roughly, except for the first load because there was two. Get off the forks. Sold. And I think it's just one more. I don't really like bringing them on the trailer just because of the way it is to get them off, but you can carry more. And I'm going to pull forward. Otherwise this is going to be utter chaos. So we're not that much richer than when we started, but obviously we've done quite a lot of stuff, and we've erected a brand new shed as well. And that was just over £1,000. Go away, chainsaw. Right, so I think that is everything. We didn't lose anything along the way. So we're going to conclude the video here. So thank you so much for watching. Look at this, it's like a chimney. And until next time, see you again soon. Bye for now.